Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to our next episode of Los Hot Ones. We are super excited for our next guest today. We're going a little bit south, but please welcome Pastor Willie. Everyone, welcome Pastor Willie. Woo! How you doing, Pastor Willie?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we are super excited to have you today. But my first question for you is, how are you with hot sauces?
Not so good.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. We're super excited to have you on and try these on. But let's go ahead and let's dive right in. You ready to go?
Sounds good.
All right. So you're going to go from left to right. But I wanted to ask your first question. Let us know where you're from. Where were you born? Go ahead and take a bite and then let us know. Oh, it's not bad.
Not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm. So I was born in Brazil.
What part of Brazil?
The very southern part. Oh, it's not spicy. A place called Rio Grande do Sul, Rio Grande of the South.
Oh.
Porto Alegre, happy port. Just like Spanish, but Portuguese.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's great. That's great. How long were you in Brazil for?
Is that a new question?
No. I'll let you know when to go. Don't worry.
So I was in Brazil until age 4. Then experienced a tragedy in the family. Mom took 3 kids. I was the youngest, to where her parents were and some other family members. And we moved to Chicago. So I grew up in Chicago. So that's my Brazilian experience.
Well, that's awesome. Well, let's go on to the next one here. So
All right.
I want to talk a little bit about Chicago. How was your experience growing up in Chicago?
So Chicago was amazing. In that it's about 1988, then the 90s.
The Bulls.
The Chicago Bulls. My mom ended up remarrying, and I received a wonderful gift, a dad. Also Brazilian, but with a very unique last name, Ivancu. So that's where the name comes from.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been wanting to ask you how to pronounce it
Yeah.
for a really long time.
Yep.
But I
So-
didn't know how to do it, and I'm glad you're telling the people.
Nobody knows how. I usually say Pastor Willie.
So, growing up in Chicago,
Yeah.
is that where you met Jody?
No.
No.
I was 4 years old when we moved to Chicago.
Well, yes, but you grew up there.
But wild story, Jody was born just outside Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah. And then when she was about 4 or 5, I understand, they moved to Michigan. So we had possibly an overlap, and then she moved to Michigan, and it took a long time before I found her at Andrews University in Michigan.
So you found her in the cold. You guys that's how it all went down. Okay.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you guys had met in Chicago and then.
Yeah, no, we met at Andrews, and I was serving in the cafeteria where I worked. Apron, hairnet,
Oh.
and everybody had to eat. They'd come through line, and there came Jody. She came through line. She might have wanted some peas, some potatoes, or maybe just to see me. I don't know. So she came through line. This is the first thing I ever said to her. Hey, are you going to the banquet? And she's like, I said, well, if you're not going with anyone and I'm not going with anyone, maybe we can go together.
That was the first thing you ever said?
Yep.
No hi, no.
I mean, I might have asked, would you like peas or potatoes? I don't remember. She didn't answer. She just walked away.
She just walked away?
I think I scared her.
Oh my gosh. I want to know more about this. Let's go ahead and let's take the next one. So you were in Brazil, then you moved to Chicago.
Chicago.
So tell me tell me about high school. Like what happened in those times in the 80s? You know, talk to me a little bit what you were interested in and what you were doing before you decided to go to Andrews.
Pretty good. So growing up in Chicago, basketball was a big deal because of the Bulls, of course. I don't know if you know anything about the Bulls, but you know, back-to-back three-peats.
Yeah. Oh, you're really gonna emphasize that?
Michael Jordan.
Wow.
And when I was like in 9th grade, we went to a baseball game, and there were a lot of celebrities there. Michael Jordan was there. He had to use the public restroom for whatever reason. So then a crowd formed outside the bathroom. He came out, everyone taking pictures. No smartphones at the time. Straight up, flash photography. Got into it, bumping match with the security guard.
Oh.
And all of a sudden the wall opened up. And I ran through the wall. And I reached out and I touched Michael Jordan.
You touched Michael Jordan?
And as soon as I touched Michael Jordan, the security guard hit my hand away. That's all I remember about growing up in Chicago.
The one moment of you touching the greatest athlete of all time.
So I went to a junior academy in Chicago, kindergarten through 10th grade. And then after that, I went to a boarding school. It's no longer in operation, Broadview Academy. And went for my final 2 years there, junior and senior year.
So did you grow up Adventist or was that, so you've been an Adventist since
time.
birth or
Yeah.
how did that work? Was mom super strict?
So, is it the same wing?
Yeah, keep going. It's okay. Yeah. You took them
actually in
that
Brazil,
one.
tragedy happened. You know, I was pretty young, but then mom took the 3 kids and we moved to Chicago. But her parents, Adventists, her siblings, and then when she remarried, my dad. It's the greatest thing that happened to me, you know, having a dad in your life. Seventh-day Adventist, and he did everything possible for us to go to Adventist school. And my brother especially really wanted to go to public school because he wanted to play basketball.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, so that was, but we're so grateful that we got to go to an Adventist school, and that helped us with a lot of the decisions and influencing us during that difficult season.
Right.
Yeah, of growing up in the city.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So you've been an Adventist.
I'm like super Adventist.
Right, like you've been around the block, like Loma Linda Links type of around the block type of deal.
I'm so Adventist that these are actually veggie wings.
You know, let me tell you, listen.
Next question.
Oh my God.
They're so veggie, there's no bone in them. That's what happened.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I'll eat it off the ground.
I blame Jody for this. Jody, this is your fault because, gosh,
I didn't grow up vegetarian.
You didn't grow up. So what you're saying? It really is Jody's fault.
Well, something to do with it, yeah.
My next question,
Yes.
since you're gonna take a little piece of a bite there, but my next question for you is, what made you want to go to Andrews University? What was the motivation to go there?
Okay, good. There's a big piece. Ooh, I felt that. When I was in high school, we had a Spanish teacher, Mrs. Reyes. And I thought, wow, maybe I should study abroad. Maybe I'll go to Universidad de Montemorelos.
Oh.
I tried. It didn't work out.
I tried.
It didn't work out. My parents were like, why? They're like, you don't speak Spanish. But my Portuguese, my Portuñol, my Portuguese, a mixture of English and Portuguese, I thought I could survive. But anyway, I wanted to kind of be a chef when I was in high school, like senior year.
Oh.
Yeah. My dad, he did a lot of the cooking at home.
Mm-hmm.
His brother was a chef. His mom was an amazing cook. So I would see my dad cook all the time, a lot of different meals from scratch. Open the fridge, throw something together, amazing. So I'm like, I'm gonna be a chef. So I told my dad, I'm gonna be a chef. He's like, it ain't gonna work. All the business happens on Friday night, Saturday on the weekend. It's gonna be hard for you to, survive. And he probably didn't want to tell me that I'm not very good at cooking. So I remember really having to pray, to decide of what I'm gonna study. Senior year, college is next. So it's like 7:15 in the morning, super early. The teacher puts in a video, I just remember the black background with the white letters. So you decided to join the ministry. And it was a video all about ministry. And I just looked back to the sides. I'm like, is that me? So I talked to the Bible teacher after, and the pastor, he was like, yeah, you really got to make sure you're called to it. So that actually started that journey where I thought, God, if you're calling me, open the doors. And that journey went straight, sideways, up, down, backwards, up and around, and until I landed at Andrews. And yeah,
We're doing really well.
this is not even spicy. I'm gonna be able to eat all of these.
Oh, so now you're
is
talking
way
smack.
easy.
This is easy.
Los hot ones. I'm like, what? I'm ready.
Okay, you're
I'm
ready
for the
you're
next
ready
one.
for the next one? So talk to me a little bit about Andrews University. What was your experience there for 4 years, and especially going into the ministry?
I'm feeling it though.
Good.
So the beautiful thing about Andrews, people from all over the world study there. The seminary is there. That brings a lot of pastors and there's a graduate program. Is it getting spicy? If you breathe, you feel it now. It's all right though. So I got to Andrews and made some friends. That's how I met Jody. A lot of the guys that I played basketball with were going to the banquet. And they said, look, we're going, just ask her. If she says no, come next year. Nobody's gonna remember.
So hold on. Like, did you see her from afar and you were
I
like,
saw her.
I want
They had something called the cast as the directory, and she had spent 6 weeks in Spain. Her last name was Jody Poole, so I just looked and I kind of thought, okay, I might try to get to know her, and that was it. She came through the cafeteria line. My friends just pressured me to just ask her, and we went to the banquet, and after that, we went our separate ways.
Wait, for real? Like that? It was one night and that's it? Just
We went because her friends were going with my friends. They were dating, and we just kind of,
okay.
yeah.
So you were
I didn't have a license at the time. I think my license might have been suspended. I don't know.
suspended.
I don't know. I think maybe I forget. Yeah, it wasn't a good situation. But some time passed.
I'm
And
definitely asking that.
Yes.
Next, I want to know about that.
next question.
Next question.
Okay.
So I want to know what made you want to take the next step with Jody and do life with her.
This is it for Jody. Like, I would see Jody and I thought, oh yeah. I'm sure Jody wanted to marry some amazing, wonderful, highly educated, maybe someone that was gonna just go on to just conquer the world. And here I was, immigrant from Brazil, no driver's license, suspended. Finally get a car. My dad gives me a car, and it's got dents all over the car. It's leaking oil. Jody's dad used to fix up cars. Cars were immaculate. She lived there, not far from the campus. But when I met Jody, I thought, that's the kind of girl I would like to marry. And if I could trick her into marrying me, it's on.
Was did she want to marry a pastor?
Not
Or was
at all.
she not happy about
Absolutely
it?
not. She did not want to marry a pastor.
How did that conversation go?
Well, if you're a ministerial student, you usually approach the subject lightly. They ask you what you study. You might say, you know, I'm in the bachelor's program in undergrad. I'm in graduate studies. I want to work with people.
Yeah.
I want to help people. And they know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
You're studying to be a pastor, aren't you? Well, it could go in many different directions, you know. But not everyone wants to be a pastor's wife, you know. And so that's got to be hard, just the center of attention and things like that. But she was doing ministry on campus. She was serving. She was involved. So, yeah. We've been together for 17 years. Been in ministry for 16 years. She's been involved. If you ask her today if she wanted to be a pastor's wife, she'll say no.
I'm gonna ask her.
Yeah.
I really want to know her response.
She'll probably say, it hasn't been so bad.
She's a funny one.
Next question.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Being in ministry for 16 years, how do you think that's been for you and your wife and your 3 kids?
Been hot. This one. Those hot ones, huh? I think we got to them. They were at the end.
I was telling you not to start talking all that smack. I love it.
Can we get some cow's milk? I don't think the almond milk is... This is why I don't like spicy food.
Why?
Because it burns your mouth and you can't enjoy the meal. I think for us, you know, we're really blessed to be able to pastor in Michigan, close to family. Jody's gone through a lot of hardship, losing her loved ones. Right before we got married, she lost her grandma, so her mom lost her mother. And then 3 months after we got married, she lost her dad. Jody lost her dad.
Oh, wow.
Fatal heart attack. And so when an opportunity came to stay in Michigan, it would be close to family, close to her mom. And not far from my parents in Chicago. In the Chicago area. So we spent 7 years in Michigan, near family. And that was really great. We met some wonderful people, small church. The town of our little church district, it had 3,000 people. And you really learned to just spend time with people, to shepherd, to sit with them when they cry, and through life celebrations. You're kind of a little bit more like the Hispanic culture of the pastor.
Yeah.
So that was amazing for us. We had some people that adopted us as their own. Our kids, they were all born in this little district. Town of Ithaca, Jaden, Noah, and Layla. And we have some family there. Not some church members that became family. The kids call them grandpa and grandma, things like that.
Oh, wow.
So that's been a blessing. But this is really it's
starting to pick up.
Yeah, the more you talk, the worse it is. From there, we came to Washington.
Well, that was my next question. You know, how
is it the next question?
Not yet. Not yet. But I just want to know what that transition was and what made you want to come over here, especially since you have family over there. What made you want to come over here?
Hey, do we have some ice cream?
Next week for the next one.
Helado.
Helado.
The next. So, what happened is, after 1 year, my first year I was like an intern, senior pastor. He's actually retired in this conference, Pastor David Glenn, Grand Rapids Central. And after 1 year, we were supposed to go to seminary to do a master's. But then the economy at the time, it was 2008, you know, things were going downhill. They asked us to go to a little district, 2-church district. And so it took some time before an opportunity presented itself for us to go to the seminary. And seminary is in Berrien Springs, and that's where Jody's family lives. So we had wanted to go several times. It finally opened up, and now we have 3 kids. And you're supposed to pastor a church part-time and study part-time. Well, the pastoring part is wonderful.
Yeah.
The studying part, not so good. I know Pastor Vidal's working on that doctorate. I'm like, he's amazing. Me, not so much.
Yeah.
So I was part-time. We had some debt. We had family, and through a series of events that unfolded, we ended up looking for a full-time opportunity. And Michigan had offered us something in the area that we could stay with our current church, but we also had been there for 7.5 years. We thought maybe we'll see what the rest of the North American division or the rest of the world is like, working in a different culture, context, Hispanic churches wouldn't take me. They didn't like my Spanish. The Portuguese churches thought I was a sellout. I didn't play soccer. I can't sing. I have no rhythm. So Washington Conference offered us an opportunity to come here. Some amazing Hispanic people, by the way, with delicious food and warm hospitality. And our kids are in class with, their classmates are from the Spanish churches and everything. So it's been great.
Oh, that's pretty
Next,
awesome. Let's go to the next one. So now it's the bomb.
I don't know.
That's let's go. My next question is: I've been to your church a few times, and I noticed that it's a very diverse church. As a pastor, how does that make you feel, and what do you think about that?
It tastes like a hot sauce on here. What's this one? The bomb. Oh, it's got a missile. Yeah. I'm not really enjoying this anymore.
That's okay.
You guys got an horchata or something? Come on.
That's a good idea, though. We should do that next time.
By the fourth interview.
But the horchata, it makes it linger, I don't like it tastes good, but.
The diversity, it's like one of the most beautiful gifts to the church, to learn from all the different cultures, the traditions, the customs, the languages, the spices. Oh, this is bad. Pastor Vidal, he really did good. The first ones are so soft, and then after here, it just... We don't even eat spicy food in Brazil. I don't even know why I'm on this Hispanic heritage.
Because the people love you. Brazil's in South America. It all works out.
I love all the Hispanic people in the Washington Conference. I really do. So, Kent is diverse because the city of Kent is diverse. A study a few years ago rated it as the 5th most diverse city per capita in the U.S. A lot of refugees, a lot of immigrants. So we have people that show up from different parts of the world, and it's a great blessing. Of course, everyone also comes with their preferences, and whichever missionaries went to the various parts of the world were very conservative. I just want to know every culture, Caribbean, Hispanic, whatever it was. So sometimes they show up and say, how come we're not doing this, that, or the other? But overall, it's a great blessing to be able to worship together and learn from each other and grow.
We also have...
What else do we have?
Right here, if you want to squirt some.
Oh, man.
What was that?
Mejor.
Is that helping?
Yeah, that does help. This was a bad idea.
You got me dying.
I know it, man.
Are you all right? It's okay. Let's keep going.
I'm okay. I'm real strong. Brave.
Oh my gosh. All right. So my next question is surrounding your kids. How is it raising your kids in Washington.
Yeah.
Because I know you're very active with your kids.
Yeah.
I know you're very,
Let me show you.
You go with everything, even in sports.
My daughter made this for me. I took it off just so nobody gets confused. It's the Chicago Bulls colors.
Oh,
and
wow.
It says best dad ever. So for my daughter Layla, I will eat these last two wings. Love you.
Well, yeah, I just want to know,
So
how is it raising them? Because I always see you with your phone out, videotaping and
Recording
and
the
catching
kids.
every moment. So I want to
Trying to
know,
get
how
every-
is it? How
Yeah.
is it raising these three little monsters? Go ahead and grab that next one.
Yeah, I was gonna. Because I do love my kids, I'll eat this, but I don't want to. So we were very grateful to be able to come to Washington and have a lot of kids. Adventures, Pathfinders, Buena Vista School has been a real blessing. Their classmates. Our son Jaden, he came to kindergarten. And just a few months ago, he graduated 8th grade. So that's been huge. Those families that we've been able to journey with. And Noah, Jaden and Noah have some classmates that are siblings. So some of the families we have a real close connection with. And of course, Layla's class as well. So, and with all these families, although we were part of the Auburn City Church for 2 years, and then the Kent Church, through the school, through camp meeting, through Sunset Lake Camp, through all the different ministries, we're able to make some connections with people that maybe we don't go to the same church as.
Yeah.
For example, Noah went and participated in the mini Olympiadas at Hispanic camp meeting. And I'm like, Noah, we don't speak Spanish. You don't speak Spanish. You got blonde hair, greenish hazel eyes. And I see a white kid running across the track. But they just treated him as he was part of the Kent Spanish church. I don't know how the other churches felt about that, but just participating and next.
It's okay. We'll wait till you.
That was from the last question. You could hear that on the mic, I bet. Gargling lemon juice. That's a good idea, though. Why do I got so many napkins? I gotta clean up. All right. Next one, last one.
I've got one.
Stop.
All right, so there's a tradition for the last one. It's called the last dab. So you got to put one little extra dab on there. And then I'll ask you your question. I'm not gonna put as much because this is worse. Oh my God.
What's this called?
The last dab.
No. What's this? Oh, it's called the last dab. My mouth is on fire.
That's good.
I got tears in my eyes. What happens if I don't do this? How many people?
Then
will
you're
see
gonna
this
have.
video?
Then you're gonna have to go to Layla and be like,
Oh, my daughter. Let me put it on just so she knows I love her. And I love my wife, Jody. I hope you're proud of me. Jody's dad used to eat hot sauce. I can't do it. I gotta prepare myself emotionally, mentally. My son Jaden, my son Noah, my wife Layla.
Layla.
Oh, my wife Jody. So what's happening with this hot sauce?
I am so excited for this. This is what I'm talking about.
More came out on mine though.
Well, I don't know what you were thinking.
My family, for the country of Brazil, the only non-Hispanic country in South America.
It's okay. It's like you said before. They took Noah in. All the Hispanic countries took Brazil in.
Yeah, they sure did.
And
especially Argentina. They've really taken Brazil in.
So my last question
Tell me.
is, I just want to know,
Yeah.
what is it with your kids growing up here in Washington and being in this conference? What is something And even in your church,
Yeah.
you know, I want to know, what is it that you're hoping to see
Yeah.
with our youth in the coming years? So I'll go ahead and take a...
I gotta take it. Let me think about what I'm gonna say before I eat. 'Cause
We'll do it together. We'll do it at the same time.
Okay.
We'll take a nice
let's
little...
count down in Spanish.
From what?
10.
From 10? Are you sure?
Yeah, how do we start?
Yes.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
No, that would be good. That's not bad.
Just wait.
I'm not gonna wait.
Oh!
I'm not even trying to be funny. That was terrible.
Ooh. I want to make sure I don't choke,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
because you have me dying over here.
It was okay, and then it wasn't. This is really a bad idea. I was thinking about coming over to the Hispanic ministries, but I'm gonna stay with the Anglos, man. So basically, what I would love to see with our kids and as they get older is to do more things together. I think we could learn from each other. The Olympics, I loved it. I think if we did a conference-wide with all of our churches, that would be awesome. And I hope that our children, like they do at BV, the relationships are strong, cross-cultural. They learn from each other. But sharing meals together, doing ministry together and partnerships, I love to see collaboration. And so I hope that Noah and his little buddy Jeremy, is that Kent Spanish who invited him to the Olympics,
Yeah.
and he participates in our Pathfinder Club, you know, that they can grow together and do ministry together, and reach the entire state of Washington, our territory for Jesus. We should pray.
We should. Do you want more milk? I'm gonna give you more milk. How about
Give
that?
me a little more milk.
That last one is, whew, that one's hot. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations. You did all 10. We're super proud of you. To finish off, and you're just gonna tell us what's going on in your life. And we'll finish it off. We'll toast and chug this milk down. Oh man.
Feja Hispanic Ministries, Washington Conference. It's been real. It's been a great experience sitting here with my good friend Hector Brito, Jonathan and Clyra behind the cameras. You can't see them. Keep doing the good work of sharing the gospel, getting acquainted, building bridges. And I'm looking forward to more interviews, those hot ones, from a safe and secure place, sitting down at home, watching on my phone or on the TV. But my nose is running, my eyes are teary, my mouth is burning. There's no ice cream, there's no yogurt, there's no horchata. So I think that's it for me. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.